meditation, it is easier than you think. And I wanted to wait till after the 4-week meditation, the pause and joy meditation, which I'll finish up the book and some video and series with it. But I wanted to discuss the narrative that I keep hearing around meditation, and especially from those that believe they're meditating. And it sometimes gets weaponized. And the one I heard yesterday was, well, I just tell my friends, you know, who have never meditated before, to just sit down twice a day and just do 20 minutes. And you could hear it. You could hear the piousness and the righteousness. And I have to ask, you know, in those 20 minutes, is that smugness meditation? Because in psychology science, it said that those that do yoga and do meditation are more narcissistic and exhibit smugness. And that is also something that Ram Dass discusses as the pitfalls of a spiritual practice. Oh, look at me doing it. Look, I'm doing it. But what are you doing? Exhibiting meditation, exhibiting the essence of what you think you look like. So you're really not in the presence. You are looking at yourself from outside. And also I hear a lot of, well, I just can't find the time, or I can't sit down in meditation. Or I can't silence my mind. And that's a little bit like saying, I can't walk or run a little because it hurts my knees, unless you had a knee problem. Of course you're going to feel the creaks and the muscle soreness from hiking. And it's the same in meditation. You're going to hear the noise that you've actually normalized in your day that runs your show. The noise, the ticker tape, the negative affirmations, the feeling of who do you think you are, all of that is going to be front and center, because it does not want you sitting and realizing that that noise, that blowhorn, those mantras are something you have picked up. And it is like anything, when you start something that you're not good at, you don't like it. And the thing is, you cannot be good or bad at meditation, because it's not a good or bad thing. It is just the practice. Because then that is attachment to what you perceived was some kind of up level, or some kind of badge. But the $1 million question is, why do we not do what we know is good for us. And, you know, I mean, there's plenty of studies about meditation. It makes you de-stressed, balances the hormones. It, you know, just does so many things with cortisol, IgE levels. But why are we so averse to doing what is good for us when we have no problem doing what we know is not good for us? But we seem to have more resistance in doing the things that we know, because now we have the scientific study, we've been told that we need to do it, but we keep resisting doing what we know will make us better. And I'm sure some of you still remember tantrums, or maybe some of you have children and you know those tantrums when you're asking your child, why won't you do what is good for you, like flossing your teeth, or, you know, going for a nap, and they fight it, and we're always fighting what is good for us. And I think it starts early on. We don't like to be told what to do. Society is telling people you should meditate. It is what's, and then we wait to be inspired by people that inspire us, because they start to talk about how meditation shifted them and changed them. We have to remember that meditation has come out of temples by monks. You're a lay person. So it's really good to chill out about it and ease yourself in, you know. Well, I'm going to do a 45-second meditation today. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a minute. And I might do that minute for a week. Or I'm just focusing on my breath. Rather than trying to sit down in 20 minutes. Allowing yourself to be not good at it, right? To be not good at meditating. You know, that narrative. Is this it? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Is it happening? What's going to happen? I don't know. But I think I'm doing it. Am I doing it right? I don't know. And just seeing how your chatterbox, monkey mind, they call it all different things, likes to, like, where's Wally? Likes to commentate. But that commentary is a distraction. And you have bought into this belief that you can't stop it. You started it, so you can stop it. It's in your head. But as you focus away from it and let it do its thing subconsciously, because these are all subconscious things. This is what's going on in your subconscious. During your waking day. And that's why you're depleted. That's why you're treading water. That's why you're all out of steam. That's why you feel drained. But when you sit in meditation, you hear it. And you're in shock. And you want to go to the kiosk and get the VIP ticket to bypass the noise. But there is no kiosk. there are certain things that you can do, which is always coming back to the breath. There are practices of, on the inhale, so hum, and on the exhale, hum sa, silently in your head. It's almost like giving that little sugar addict, it's something to do, or the fidgeter, something to do. Or you have the argumentative one, you know, how long are we doing this for? We've got emails to send, you have time for this is stupid. And the very famous one of Ramakrishna, which is, who am I? Who am I? The commentator doesn't like that, because it's like, well, you're me. You know, the one that's berating you. So there's things that you can do, but I want you to also enjoy just sitting with you. And maybe in that realization, you realize you don't really like you. Or you make you nervous. Or you make you anxious. Or you make you feel that doing nothing in the meditation is frivolous, or it's abundant and you don't like it. And that's just too bad. Because the only way to burn through it, and I use the word burn because it is like a fire. It's like the burning off of smog, you know, in the morning when you see that fog rolling in and you see it burning off, evaporating. That's what you want to do with the monkey mind, is evaporate the noise. But by engaging in the noise and the thoughts and the, oh yeah, that's right, I don't have time for this, it keeps the fog there. Because really the fog doesn't want you to know the real you, the true you, the one that's really clear, the one that's frank with itself, when it knows it's putting up with stuff and people that you don't really need to put up with. But we get into these characters, these personas, and when we sit down in meditation, and actually it's getting even more intense now, you're sitting with the characters, the people pleaser, you know, the one that pretends that it's fine. It's fine. The one that diminishes you to be liked by others, the fawner. And the thing about meditation is, and it really is very, very helpful, but it is an artificial practice. And I say that lovingly. It is artificial. Because we have become artificial. So in our artificial practice, when we're taking it so seriously and weaponizing it, to other people that say they don't know how to do it. Or, you know, you could say to a friend, hey, I meditate. Do you want to meditate with me? Like on FaceTime, and just give it a go. There's nothing to it. We can just be. It's really making those inroads with yourself and with the people around you. But I want you to understand that spiritual practices are being weaponized. That you're not doing it right. You're, I mean, Ram Dass talked about this in, I don't know, the 1960s. He talked about how he was sitting in meditation for 7 hours and he was on some sexual fantastic trip for 7 hours. Now imagine those people that were in that meditation, you know, with Ram Dass, you know, being like, wow, I'm meditating with Ram Dass. And he's out there doing sexual gymnastics in his head for 7 hours. But that's where he was at. His mind wandered. But he was so funny about it. And he was so real about it that we have, I feel, forgotten that reality. And how do we know? How do we know that the person that is leading meditation is actually meditating? In that way that you have set yourself up for. I think it's really easy to look at the things that we believe are, you know, spiritual. We went through that with religion. Oh, because you're wearing this, I should trust you. And it's the same thing in spirituality. Just because someone sits in lotus doesn't mean that they are enlightened. We know that in yoga. And meditation is supposed to be 20-30 minutes in a yoga practice, at the end of a yoga practice. So I want you to really consider, when you're meditating, to be coming with it with a really kind of soft heart and a kind of shrug of like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. But you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna give this thing a little go every day for a couple of minutes. As Patty said, just a couple of minutes, maybe 45 seconds. That's all I've got today. And then put your timer on. And if you feel like you want to go a little bit more, go a little bit more. Let the timer be part of the meditation. And if you want to go past your minute, go past your minute. And then when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and you can see if you've done 3.5, 4, right? Only put your timer on if you know that you want to do a 20-minute, 15-minute, 11-minute meditation and you want to just get back to work. It's integrated into your day. Maybe you're in a park. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting with your eyes closed. Meditation can be walking in a circle, like the Sufis do. Meditation can have your eyes open, but the trap there is, say I went on a hike today, and I said, oh, I'm going to meditate. And I'm like, oh, look at those butterflies. They're so beautiful. I take my camera out. That's again, the monkey mind, right? I'm in observation. I'm engaged. But you can be in meditation, walking and enjoying the gopher, the squirrel, the butterfly, just noticing and allowing. And hearing each step and hearing your breath. Right? And these are really helpful things because I think it's that same thing with social media. feeling this noise pulling you. I need to know what's happening in all corners of the world. I need to know what's happening on my feet. I want for you to be the person calling the shots here. With your social media, it's a tool. It's a tool for you to use, not for the tool to use you. It's the same as a lot of things in our life. We have to, use meditation to have those moments where we get glimpses of our true self. Because we can also use meditation as spiritual escapism. Where we go really into meditation, but we're then not engaged in life. And there's different forms of meditation that are sometimes better for people, like people who are very creative. That's why transcendental meditation is very big in the creative community, because mantra, any kind of Vedic mantra, repetitiveness keeps you connected for you then to go into a transcendental state. But it keeps that mind almost kind of like, a little squirrel eating a carrot. Give it a carrot. Give it a holy Vedic carrot to see for 10-15 minutes with a vibration attached to it. Oh, this is a really good carrot. And then you can go into that space because you've given it something to do, which is with the mantra and the rhythm of the mantra and the meaning of the mantra and the connection of what energy it's connecting to while you go into that transcendental state. Also just saying Om, the sacred syllable Om. Om. Every time your mind starts, just Om. If you feel that mantra is too much for you, empty-mindedness meditation might be, zazen, mindlessly sitting. When you were little and you would lie down in the grass and you would just observe the clouds in this mindlessness. There's a meditation for you. There's a meditation for your kids. Even getting those, I don't know what they call them, those domes that you put in a kid's room, and you can see all the stars. And just being like taking in all the stars. And that's their little meditation before they go to sleep. It is important to take away all the paraphernalia as well. Oh, I have to have my cushion. I have to have my this. And I have to have my that. I have to have my incense. I have to have yada, yada, yada. When you're stimulating all the senses. Maybe that's also part of the distraction. And the constant need for guided meditation. Asking yourself, maybe I should sit in silence today. Rather than going on, the 7 flags ride of peace and calm. Because sometimes that's distraction. It never really allows you to be in your own presence. There's always some ride to go on or some place to go on. And I think they have their place, but I think it's good to look at other forms of meditation and vipassana. Vipassana, where you're scanning the body, you're noticing. And the little things of, oh, I think my knee's falling asleep, I think my hip's gonna fall off. That's all part of it. Noticing the body flagging all the pain when it doesn't want you to sit with yourself. Where else do you get that in life? Because that's something else running your show. When you go out or do something, it's like, oh, wouldn't you rather stand? Are you so tired? Yeah, I'm so tired. Let's sit here and watch Hulu. Or watch Netflix, or watch this, or, yeah. Or go through social media. And then you just jump in the shower and you go, but you start to notice those things. But some people never notice them, and it runs their whole life. Because what you're trying to do is connect into your true self, the higher self, the Atman, whatever you want to call it. This essence of you that's so interesting, that's so, that maybe I think it scares you. He or she scares you, but let them scare you. Let it scare you, because it's scarier to realize that you've lived your whole life wearing 10 masks and you regret not doing things that you really wanted to do. And meditation allows you to see that, because there's sometimes things that we don't want to know that drop in. And sometimes they're like, okay, yeah, I got that. I need to pass on that thing, or I know. And when we do that, we start to enjoy those moments, rather than what we're really doing in life is dancing around them, avoiding them, distracting ourselves from really knowing, because maybe those conversations you believe are going to be really difficult, right? Those conversations are going to be uncomfortable. But you have to weigh up how uncomfortable it is to live a lie. But when you're unaware, there's always a part of you that's aware. We have a built-in chip that knows. It's called our conscience, right? We have a built-in chip when we're like, I know this is not right for me. And when you meditate, like I remember saying to someone years ago, they asked me to be in this documentary. And I said, you know what, let me meditate on it. And that person knew that if I meditated on it, I was going to say no. And they never asked me again, because they were correct. So it is sometimes good to, when someone asks you to do something or go somewhere, and just like, let me sit with it for a little minute. Let me sit with it for a few days. Let me meditate on that, before I get back to you with my conclusion, my answer. Or even before you're meeting up with some friends. We're meeting up with people that we haven't seen in 2 years, but we think it's like 3 months. It's bizarre. So we want to maybe do like little kind of short bursts of meditation that we can just gather and go, there it is. There's that place. There she is. There he is. There they are. And I feel centered, and I can really be present with my friends. I mean, it doesn't have to be this 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening if you've never meditated before. I think it really is spiritual smugness. And I think we need to be okay with these minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and building up. It's like endurance. It's like you would never try and hike and, you know, go for like a 2-hour hike all in one day, because that's what it's like for some people to sit. It's too much. And just build that muscle so that you can start to enjoy easing into it. And it doesn't have to be in, you know, places. The great thing about meditating with others is because that energetic frequency that is created by people who are seasoned meditators, and I mean people that can really drop in very quickly. You're just riding that wave, right? You're just, woo, I'm in. And I know people that have said, when we all used to meditate together, oh my God, I've never meditated for that long in my life before. But it felt like it was 5 minutes because it was an easy transition, and that's what you're using in the frequency. So the frequency and the vibration is more important than everybody sitting around cross-legged on a cushion with their mala beads on in a pose of, look at me, I'm meditating. Because if you can't feel the vibration, then all you were doing was sitting showboating. It's really that easy, but maybe this is the thing in your head. You've got it that it's actually difficult and hard, and this is the belief behind it. So let's start with, maybe I'm going to enjoy sitting with myself. And I'm going to sit with a back chair because I don't have the core, or I don't have that spinal strength yet. That's what yoga's all about. The whole asana series is just so that you can sit with a strong spine that's soft enough for energy to move through. That's it. And getting out of the gymnastics. So if I had to do a 45-minute class and a 60-minute class to stop the monkey mind, but you maybe believe that you should sit down and drop in very quickly, then I think you have been played. Because yogis know it might take them 45 minutes to get out of that competitiveness, or get out of that looking at everybody in the room and comparing and making up narratives. Oh, they're nice shorts. I wonder where they got them. And this one over here. And why are they making me do this? Right? Right? So once we move past that, then you're ready to sit and meditate. But some people believe that they should be able to sit down in meditation straight out the gate, because maybe that is how it has been sold into you. So take a nice deep breath and just sigh. Oh, that's right. This is easier than I think. And I'm just gonna do this little minute with us all here. Let's just do a minute of just drinking each other in. Really hearing that breath. And feeling the rise and fall of the chest, the softness, more softness. There you are, past a minute. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll post this later. And if you have anything that you want to say or you want to discuss before we complete here, you can put something in the comments, or you want to talk about something. Let me know. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. It does. It feels so rigid. Rigid. I have to meditate. This is such serious business. Serious. But we're forgetting the 10 forms of samadhi that you will experience of divine bliss. That's not serious at all. So if you're trying to get into divine bliss or have that orgasmic feeling, you're not going to feel it tense or asking, am I doing it right? You're going to have performance anxiety. Am I performing meditation just right? Do I look holy enough? Do I look good? Do I look like I'm meditating right? Oh, what games we weave when we do practice to deceive, but we're deceiving ourselves. We're deceiving nobody else. And when you really start to enjoy be in it, your meditation practice, it starts to be something that is not an add-on, but a integration into your life. It's not one of the, oh God, I have to go do, right? Just because in your back pocket, when you're hiking, you'll just take a pause. You'll say, this is my minute today against this tree. Or when I'm, in the gym, sitting, done my stretching, and I'm just gonna sit and just, rather than being on my phone, constantly on my phone, I'm just gonna pause here and just stare into space. Right. When we start to see more and more people doing that, it's going to start to become normal in our society, where we'll be walking about in wherever, shopping malls, the Grove, at the beach, and you'll just see people meditating, just taking those moments for themselves. And it'll be as normal as, seeing people getting a coffee or having ice cream. Wouldn't that be nice? Rather than it being this whole big horse and pony show. But you also have to see if you have been coming at this practice with a density, or thinking, oh, I, maybe have been, having a narrative around my meditation practice. What's that about? Because honestly, people that meditate don't talk about it. And they just do it. Even people with a yoga practice, they don't talk about it. But we are in a performative space right now. And you have to weed through and enjoy weeding through the performance. And you know how you do that? You get really tuned in energetically. And you just know. You don't need to know what you know. You just know something's kinda off. It's like Get Out. It's like something's kinda not right with this picture. It walks like a duck. It talks like a duck. I don't think it's a duck. It looks spiritual. Acts spiritual. I don't know if it's spiritual. And these are good questions to have, because the yoga community went through it for the last 10 years. I saw it years ago. It started with John Friend, I think it was, and Bikram. And then it slowly just started to build. So we have to know what's right for us and really trust those feelings. And I don't mean emotional feelings, I mean energetic feelings. That vibe, energy, frequencies. I sometimes like going to things or places that I don't really like the vibe. But I go so that I can understand what it is about this vibe that I don't align with or I'm not feeling. Because then I start to get a bank or an alphabet of my frequencies. I don't have to try and overanalyze situations or super hypervigilant read people. I just trust, that. And that's also when we meditate, we get into our frequency. So when someone's trying to diminish us or trying to gaslight us or trying to fawn or flatter us to get something, there's a tonality, a nuance that you need to tune in to this, you. We're just constantly trying to overanalyze everything and overthink everything. When really the work is the tuning of the self to know. And meditation is a great doorway to that. But as I said earlier, ease into it. Stop putting these unrealistic 20-minute in the morning, 20-minute at night, and then feel berating yourself throughout the day because you didn't do your 20 minutes. I like discipline. I think discipline's important, but I also see the pitfalls of the berating from that. And also the gaslighting of yourself when you lie and you tell people you've done your meditation. You haven't. So, chill, and just start with a little 45 seconds, 60 seconds. Maybe do it in seconds. 90, 144, 222. And if your timer goes off but you want to be on there for a little longer, just notice the timer and just let it beep. But do choose a beeper that's soft and gentle rather than one that's going to jar you, right? Why do you need that? You just need one that goes beep, beep, and then it turns off. Little chirp, chirp. Notice and be like, I want to stay here longer. You have to stop when it chirps. Just like if you hear a car backfiring, you don't stop because the car backfired, right? Or your neighbors start arguing. That's part of the meditation. So, mwah, love you. I'll post it on YouTube. Hope it was helpful. I just wanted to bring some kind of lightness to this conversation. I think it's got too dense and heavy, and it's there's enough density in the world without making meditation dense and heavy and a weaponized and a hitting stick or whatever, a horse and pony show performance, or it's, let's just make it our feel good pill for the day to be like, oh, that's right, yeah, there I am. Who knew under all that? I was right here all along. All right, good night everyone, good to talk to you, and I will see you soon. Bye.